Good evening. Theresa May left no doubt today that she's up for a fight in the row over junior doctors' contracts, accusing the British Medical Association of playing politics. The Prime Minister didn't pull any punches, as she said the deal being offered to the BMA was good for the doctors and safe for patients.
Well, she also firmly backed her beleaguered Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt after calls for him to be sacked. Tonight, 3 more strike weeks were announced by the BMA. Coming up, we'll hear from the Chief Executive of NHS Providers, the group which represents health trusts. But first, our political correspondent Tamara Cohen has this report.
The government machine swinging back into action. And it should have been Brexit and the economy which were top of the in-tray. But with attention elsewhere, the thorny issue of junior doctors' contracts has reared its head again. For the Prime Minister, the timing of the doctors' union's decision is no coincidence.
We've got record levels of funding in the NHS. We've got more doctors now in the NHS than we've seen in its history. And this is a deal that is safe for patients. The government is putting patients first. The BMA should be putting patients first, not playing politics.
Save our NHS! It's been a long-running dispute over pay and conditions, triggering strong passions on both sides. After walkout earlier this year, a deal was reached with the government in May, but the junior doctors rejected it, and now, with the union's backing, they are stepping up their campaign with a 5-day strike. The Health Secretary says industrial action will be devastating for patients and their families, and says most of the sticking points had been resolved. The new contract means a normal working day is no longer 7 a.m. to 7 p.m, but will last until 10 p.m. with no extra pay, including on Saturdays. But doctors will get a higher basic salary and more for working nights. But they say the old system paid more. Weekends currently attract 10% extra pay, but now that's only if they work at least 1 in 8. The cap on average working hours a week is being reduced from 91 to 72 hours, but doctors fear it won't be implemented. Hamid Khan sits on the BMA's council, which gave the go-ahead to the strike in a knife-edge vote. He says the decision was not taken lightly.
The relationship between the profession and the government is completely toxic. And personally, I was extremely shocked that Theresa May decided to keep Jeremy Hunt on. I think a much better approach would have been to appoint somebody new, start with a clean slate, clear the air, as it were, so that talks and negotiations could be constructive.
If concessions aren't made, the doctors have threatened a 5-day strike every month. Some say only more funding can resolve this dispute, with hospital trusts in debt and staff feeling demoralised.
Government needs to withdraw from the battle and be big and visionary. But it can't do it, I think, under the current system. The system itself is failing on multiple levels.
For Theresa May, it's an issue which could derail the rest of her political agenda. Tamara Cohen, Sky News, Westminster.